guys, my name is Games, and welcome back to Let's Play the Letter, where we last left off. We have closed the deal with the rights on the house. They are going to buy the house, and we, right now, are going to have it blessed by a priest that Zachary knows. I don't know if the rights are going to be happy about this. They might be really pissed off when they find out that we went to their house and did this without their permission, because this is technically their house. Well, it's almost their house. They just gotta pretty much sign all the paperwork and everything. But anyways, we ran into the creepy lady again. We went out with Zachary and Rebecca, and we were on our way back, and she was in a shop window, so we had another freak out. Awesome. Alright, but anyways, let's keep on going. We should be able to finish this chapter in this episode, and then we'll be on chapter 2. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it isn't for Zach's call last night, I'll probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengarde mansion. I just ate, so my voice is like blah. To think I have to go back again. I'll be lying if I say I'm excited at the prospect of entering the place once more. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner, and all that still. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. If they want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they're able to push the process just a little more, like they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move onto another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcoming me back. Shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. It's not gonna be. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. There's relief in familiar company, and knowing I won't be alone going back inside for my silly idea. But it's impossible to feel at ease here. Even with the delicately pruned gardens awaiting spring's arrival or the beautiful winding pathways. Like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care. Or he's already used to it. I can never tell with him, with all his gentle smiles and an amiable air. He's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Wonder of wonders how the two ended up being the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him.
Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Yeah, he does look like he'd be older, but...
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing. The occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new, but still interesting to the curious. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think it is. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes.
It wasn't either of those.
Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course,
Are you sure?
I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
No, It was enlightening, Father, to say the least. Thank
I
you.
believe there's something here.
Just remember that a god who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we? Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way, he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably going to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling, has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
No! This place gives me the creeps. So it went up. Because we're being honest! We're being honest! It's hard not to lie to Zach when he gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores, a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me
I mean,
the
why
creeps.
lie about it?
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot.
I didn't even touch that. Didn't even touch the
Think the
scroll
new owners will
wheel.
allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something?
Maybe?
Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zach.
All right, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or
I don't think you can take care of them, Zach.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
You may make for a good wall, but that's about it. Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he can do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I wrestle for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking everything out from my pocket. Every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just underneath these. Nothing. Oh man, of all the times to forget!
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses. Right after they both taken the time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grabbed the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
There's brief moments of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening. Oh.
Ow, my back.
Oh, they're here. Oh, lovely.
What the? Isabella?
No, I didn't want to do that. No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me up right by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of relief and apprehension. Ah, sheesh. Get going, Isabella. Right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
He waves his hand towards Zach and Father Norman like their presence is a blasphemy against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Well, you see... Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. Seeing their expectant looks leave me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
Lily!
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I'm so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I am here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Go into the attic. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention back to me, is similar to what my Kuya Jordan have often given me when he's up to something, so that must mean brother. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ends in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneers at me. A part of me thinks that perhaps, if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver. He looks like Draco Malfoy, I just realized that.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any
Why
justice.
are you calling me Lily?
I'm a very patient man.
What the fuck?
Why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house
Because of
blessed?
the demon in your attic?
For luck and protection?
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I thought he would start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'll say he's amused, but I honestly can't understand what's so funny with what I just said. Is it really that weird? Isn't it a custom here? Wish Becca's here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead.
Oh, thank God.
No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
I hate him already. He can go die in a fucking hole for all I give a fuck. Oh,
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember?
Oh, Zach. Oh, Zach. I would not blame you for punching that fucker in the face.
Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
Okay.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss
I want
with
to
Rosie
shoot this
here.
fucker in the head.
Over lunch? I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no.
And she's
Go ahead,
totally
ma'am.
fine?
This'll take time. That's why
Oh,
there's
what?
two
He
of us
just
working
called
on this.
him? Rose looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. At least she won't be allowed to deal with a haunted property. She's got the better end if anyone's going to ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the three of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal.
Yeah, whatever.
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return her with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Sheesh. And like that, gone. Just as quick as they appeared, leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous, fleeting from one scene to the next without a care. If so, I'd rather stay with my run-down apartment or a little shack back home. There's still joy in not missing the smallest things after all. Alright. May this house be blessed. Did it say this was updated? Yeah, today's the 23rd. Nope. Doubt. Yep. But, like, oh my god! Why would Zach just stand there and why would she let him just... I will not dwell on it. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high in the sky by the time we've gone through the last room. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teachings. But hearing every passage, every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the house had set a lull in me. Soothing? Comforting? All of a sudden, the mansion didn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there is an end to this? Or perhaps this is the end. Ha 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 ha! You wish! Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says. A minute gesture to reach out to the members. A minute gesture to reach out to the members of the parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory of helping hands and a few kind smiles, or pulled my family through when times were tough. Before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go? Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life from which you'll come out stronger. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though meant to comfort, has always left something hollow in me and a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A tentative hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take us all in turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna hang out with Zach!
It wouldn't
Why
hurt.
ditch him, man?
I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries. And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
You don't taste it after a while.
Think of it as a talent. Let's just go, Zach.
I smile. Real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened, I don't want to think of them that way. I say, why ditch Zach? I mean, come on, man. Dude, we're almost like to max with him. I don't mean to. I'm hoping to get Rebecca's back up, though. I'm sure something's gonna happen and we'll get back up to her. Zach has me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving, prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier, more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby food carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one will catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'll gladly sleep on this bench if I'm not waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench, sweat dripping profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
Ooh, what is it? I know what's in the blue box before he opens it. What is it? Oh! Oh! Zach, you are a blessing! Oh! Oh god, I want Cinnabon now. Fuck! Zach, I love you! You know how to win a woman's heart! Cinnamon rolls, all 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. Oh god. Oh, that's one way to get to my heart is some freaking good cinnamon rolls with cream cheese on top. Ah! The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing can trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
Oh god, I love you,
You
Zach.
don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You got me cinnamon
I'm
rolls.
upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought,
Yeah, his movie
I
didn't
want
do
our
so
old
good.
Isabella back. Are you?
Look at
You still
that
upset?
face! You can't like not love that face. Oh. There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother, or Becca, my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. But then again, if he is, if they are where I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I won't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I can depend on. 3 of them, in fact. 4 if you want to count Rose. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though.
You're the favorite. You
No,
got me.
no favorites, but
Shh,
you cook better than
you
both of them,
shush.
so that's a plus.
You shush. He bought us cinnamon rolls. You take them. He is the automatic favorite.
It's always been fool with you,
Fuck
ain't
yeah.
it?
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Only that? I thought we were also art
Ah,
buddies.
so I was right about the art stuff.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Why is she
Low
tiny?
blow. I take pride in my height.
Wait, how? Hold on. I need the profile. 5'2". For her size, I'm an inch taller than her. She's not that short.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Father Norman's gonna die, isn't he?
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, so the bartender at the local pub if he squints. Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
Lovely. This time, the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may have not been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us, despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me. But more than the food, there is repose and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Nah.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
We're like best
My
buds
sister
now.
knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll
I
spill
want to
it.
know.
I don't think that's necessary.
I
but
want to
thanks.
know.
I'll keep that in mind.
Damn it. He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I. Put petty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is the start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dry leaves swirling and the distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good? I need to stock up my pantry too. Come to think of it, isn't there an art store that has opened recently near the park? Alright, 23rd. Father Norman, Zachary Steele, and Isabella Santos went to the Ermengarde mansion for the blessing. There they encountered the mansion's new owners, the Wrights. After the blessing, Zachary and Isabella, I'm gonna start calling her Isabella by accident, were seen sharing a box of sweet cinnamon rolls at the park. But yeah, it sounds like we're reading like a detective's journal or something and not like a diary. The cat's name is Beruthiel. Beruthiel? Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion. But it speaks grace just much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me. What did I miss? What did I miss? It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags. Oh, okay. This is after she went to the grocery store and the art store. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought these all at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park to the nearest bus stop. Now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mommy used to call me a little troublemaker before. Ah well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat. As long as it doesn't bite. Or crosses my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
That is a superstition. He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar is for, isn't it? The bandage is wrapped around one of its paws, though. On one of its paw, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before. A cat. Not black, of course.
Say, my brother and his fiance have
Rebecca
a black
before
cat.
the landlady could.
I take a small pack of sweets from one of the bags lying beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one into my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Yes? He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shut the piece into my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sips at it once, twice before...
Baruthia!
Oh, it's her cat! Like a good, properly trained pet, Baruthio responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps up in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough is hardly impossible to miss, what with her height, but most especially is the way she carries herself.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
Nah.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Never mind the pleasantries. Were you harmed in any way?
Nah.
I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh, she's not British. Is she Scottish? Or something like that?
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
Well, maybe he ran away from the vet
My Baruthiel's
because...
a she.
She? All this time, I thought. The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. How was I supposed to know it was a she? Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly won't hurt, right? Oh shit, what would be friendlier? Talk about her, her cat? Save. I'll talk about the cat. I keep my tone cordial and warm. It went down. Fuck. I want to try... About a job?
I'm just
Oh,
curious.
wow! Holy shit!
About your work.
What about it?
There's something guarded in her expression at the mention of work, but I pushed through it with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she isn't expecting a question like that. The way her eyebrows shut up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out. But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team.
Oh, she's happy.
Those original fittings, though. It's what I'm absolutely interested in working on. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent. I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it. But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless. I'm sorry, I spoke too much.
She seems to really like her job, though.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
That's a good thing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures with her head toward the bags on the bench. The ones filled with stuff I recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck regardless.
Damn, did you see? Look at that! Marianne and Zachary are the two highest ones. Hopefully we'll get Rebecca and Ashton back up. I can care less about fucking Luke, okay? Luke can go die in a hole. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion,
The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough about the urban legends aren't just urban legends anymore. They're real. She's not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up all the bags I left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to be home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One will think that someone who has been on a continuous binge of instant noodles will find a home-cooked meal like this enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the thing you keep trying to forget keeps returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
I'm scared! Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Oh my god. I fucking knew she was gonna die, but what the fuck? Rose?
Discovered
Oh
lying
my
in a pool
god.
of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
No. No! This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone have kept telling me, so why? And immediately, I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick the device up. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now. I need to call her. I was with her yesterday. I was just with her yesterday and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her yesterday and... A sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refused to admit I've been carrying from the start. But she didn't see the letter! The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial. Whispering. Praying. Pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me.
God.
Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
That's what Ashton's working on, I believe. The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone speakers. But in my ears, I can only hear the screams. Her pleas. Her whispers. We are not safe. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. Oh man. While looking after a lost cat, Isabella Santos met the interior designer Marianne McCullough by chance. She also happened to be the cat's owner. The two were seen having a small talk before Isabella abruptly left. News broke of Rose Cooper being found dead in her flat the evening before. The authorities classified the crime as homicide, possibly linked to the notorious Anselm Butcher, a mysterious serial killer who had committed brutal murders over the years and left their bodies with the signature phrase, "Help me." Oh my god. What the fuck, game? Where are we at? We're almost to... Oh my god. I want to see what happens there. Oh, if this is a bad end, I want to get at least one bad end. I should have... Oh, man. The next time I play this game, like, on my own, I'm going to see what happens when you don't get to the QTE. I'm going to see what happens. My body wants to sleep still, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I've become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleep in a curled-up position the night before. If I've even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when we say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else has gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it out, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to her office. Today... Alright, I don't know if it's going to read it, but... To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joan Alice Scholes, BRC HR Manager. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. Maybe I'll just... Oh man, you gotta go. I'm sorry. You have when my pap died, and this was back in high school, I had a month or two left before graduation. He died the week before my final musical, and he always went to all my musicals. He really enjoyed going. I forced myself to go to work or go to school, and it's different for each person. But I guess if I'm putting it in my shoes, I would go to work. Moping won't get me anywhere. Why does it keep sending me back? Where am I at? Okay. Oh god, we can get to a bad end. I want to get a bad end at least once. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how things get bad, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me to see. Again, it'd be cool if this went down to 4 people or something. The numbers just kept ticking down. Every word written on it glares at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. I have to. Before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has heard about it. If they've missed night's report, they'll likely see it in the morning news, in the paper, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose will be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it's about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'll appreciate it more if he just shouts at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed.
Let me save real quick.
There's no date for a funeral, yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway, if I want to forget. Time... employee of the month. Thanks! Isabella Santos drowned herself with work the whole day to forget about the devastating news of her mentor's death. However, she ended up stumbling upon the mysterious disappearances of her other colleagues, and just when she realized something important. Oh, I'm saving again! Oh, whoops. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one recognizable name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I've got to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for a better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about this place, its history from its current owners, and a list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired under their company, but I'll remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Oh, so I did a good job coming to work today. Then the letters. No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people, Rose, the letter.
I need to... No, if it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cuts sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello?
God, I'm getting a grudge.
Anyone there?
Grudge vibe right now. Someone must have left their printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rhodes who does the nagging, but... The clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago. With me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 copies are already strewn about on the ground, the paper tray having also been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up to put someplace proper. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. The chill that makes its way up to my spine is as numbing as the day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it rasps against my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Oh. No! As if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. No! No! This is so grudge and it's scary! It's her. Standing at the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back and the pen I'm holding slips from my hand. Her entire head turns. Oh god. If you guys ever see the fucking... What was it? The Korean... I think it was Korean. Oh, get her face away from me. Okay. A scream almost escapes my mouth and I duck under my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder, and the only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone please save me! Anyone! QTE. I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Ah!
Our Father,
oh, I fucked up!
Heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses.
I'm scared!
As we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
With the last lines of my prayer has left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps nor those chilling sounds that she makes! Only silence! Is it safe? Another second passes and nothing comes. What? fucking scary! Okay. I know I can skip it. Relationship. Relationship with who? Why is that even a thing? Oh. Yes. Fuck! Fuck! Alright, I am... No offense, but I'm going to skip it, because... I don't know if I can do it. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to spend too much time on it. And I don't know why that's still a thing, but whatever. The seconds, minutes stretched out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't... Ah! Don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live! What? Are we on chapter 2? We are. Game over. Ending 1. Ah. That's interesting. Alright, so. Chapter 2! Profiles. Alright. Hannah. Or Hannah. She's British. 5'7". 31 years old. Has many suitors, dating men and women. The proposed to her when her parents died. And they were married for over 7 years. Okay. Anywho, I think I'm going to leave this off here. I feel bad for having to skip the QTE, but I would never have gotten past it without skipping it. But oh my god, alright, chapter 1 is done! What happened to Isabella? Who knows? Will we ever find out? Maybe, maybe not. So our thing is up with our thing. You don't even know Rebecca or Zachary, or hers should be a little higher. Hers should be, I don't fucking know. But anyways, I guess I'll leave this off here. Next episode, we will start on Hannah's route, her chapter. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a comment if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! For this Christmas, I turned my head at the last shop that she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Oh! She looks at me. Eyes hollow, gaze piercing, and boring into my very soul. Like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no